honest. What's going on? Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care, and everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You've tuned in to the free range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you Live on 103.9 FM WYAB, streaming worldwide on the Mazda of Jackson live stream. Just type in SAVE, SAVE, JXN, Save Jackson, to the search bar on YouTube, X, Rumble, and we are back on Facebook for now. And man, oh man, is it good to be back live to one of our biggest fan bases out there, one of our biggest follower bases out there. 71,000 people over on Facebook. If you're watching, hit the like button, hit the share button wherever you're watching at. If you're listening on the radio, rip the knob off, call a friend, send a pigeon, tell them to cut it on 103.9 FM WYAB. We appreciate everybody out there this morning. Good morning, Flora Police, as I see you riding through the parking lot there. Always good to know those guys are out and about doing the Lord's work. Man, big weekend, wasn't it? Tell you what, if I was an enemy of Donald Trump, or I was an enemy of America, which one and the same, I would not let the weekend get me off my guard. Fridays in particular. Because the last two F around and find outs from the bad guys were, in fact, idiots on Friday nights. Let's see, we got Maduro on a Friday night, Saturday morning. You know, to me, it's still Friday night till daylight. Then we got, and I don't know about El Mencho. I didn't follow that one a whole lot. Was that on a weekend too? I think it was. The drug cartel guy. I think that was last weekend. It may have been a Saturday, whatever. And then the Ayatollah Khomeini effed around and found out on a Friday night, Saturday morning. It was a FAFO'D Friday, wasn't it? I'm just putting that together. It was a FAFO'D Friday for the enemies of the America. Yeah, again, don't let your guard down on the weekends. Don't let your guard down on the weekends. And unfortunately, that goes for us too, right here in America. We can't let our guard down either. You know, one of the unintended, unfortunate side effects of us dropping warheads on foreheads and killing supreme leaders is, well, the supreme leader is the second holiest, if I understand this right. I heard Patrick Bet-David say this, so let me source this properly. When you kill the supreme leader, you're not just killing the president. You're killing the second holiest person under Allah. The supreme leader to them is the Pope to Catholics, if I understand this right. But he's also the leader of the country. Well, was. Let me get the right pronoun there. Was the leader. Now, I don't know if that goes for Muslims worldwide, whatnot, but at least a particular set of them, clearly the terrorist set, they're going to be unhappy about it. It's more to my story. And well, that's what you saw happen in Austin, Texas this weekend, with 14 people shot, 3 dead. I think another 3 or 4 are still in critical condition. We won't show the video on the live stream this morning, but there is a video floating around X from inside that bar and restaurant. Was it Buford's Barbecue, I think, maybe? One of those famous barbecue places there on 6th Street in Austin. It's just in the immediate aftermath of that mass shooting, and it's tragic. And then there have been 2 more shootings, which they haven't been. When I went to bed last night, they had not been directly confirmed tied to terror. There was one in Cincinnati. One other, I think 21 people got shot. But look, let's just be honest. If it's a high density urban demographic, 21 people getting shot could easily be, just some gang violence, some culture rot violence. So we've seen that before, sadly. Here in Mississippi, where was that mass shooting at up in the Delta on homecoming weekend? So I'm not saying 21 people got shot, but 13, 14 get shot. It can happen pretty quick. So I don't want to go contributing everything to quote unquote traditional terror attacks by the religion of peace, because everything isn't that kind of terror attack. But I believe all of it's terror. You're wreaking terror upon innocent people, upon a society. So stay vigilant the next few weeks, because I think it's safe to say that beyond a shadow of a doubt, some sleeper cells and some religion of peace extremists absolutely walked into this country across our southern border under the last 4 years of the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris regime, Obama 3.0 regime. Ain't no doubt about it. Absolutely snuck right on in here. There's a famous video of one of those guys that got hung up by some kind of content creator. And he was like, the world's going to know who I am very soon. Could we be getting close to the world finding out who he is? I mean, we know who he is. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he was identified. Did we catch him? Did we get him out of the country? Maybe I'll find that during the break and see if we've eliminated that threat in some form, fashion, or another. But I don't ever want to tell people to don't go out and do anything. Don't let the terrorists win. But don't become a victim of terror either. If something don't look right, dang it, see something, say something. That's a real thing. See something, say something. Be vigilant. But don't be scared either. We are allowed to carry our guns around here. But be careful with that. With great power comes great responsibility. When I saw that the shooter was a black dude, well, no, let me rephrase that. When I read that the shooter had circled the block a couple times and then pulled a drive-by shooting, I didn't need to wonder who it was. I wonder what country he's from. Wonder what he looked like. You knew, I knew, he knew, she knew, they knew, everybody knew. I got his picture pulled up here on the Mazda Jackson live stream right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, what's his name? Pull up my notes here real quick. Here we go. The Austin, Texas shooter identified. Hey, there's no way y'all can expect me to pronounce this name. It's only got 3 vowels, but holy crap. Ndiaga. And then the last name is Diagene. Diagene? Anyway, he's a naturalized U.S. citizen born in Senegal. And he was wearing a sweatshirt that said property of Allah, as well as an undershirt referring to Iran, and had a Quran in his car. Now, the mainstream media, for the most part, has been pretty quiet about this, especially after they found out that he was wearing a property of Allah shirt and that he was clearly a Muslim, and this was clearly a terrorist attack. They got really quiet about it, didn't they? Could you imagine how loud they would be right now if that man wasn't black and was wearing a property of Jesus hoodie? How they'd be talking about Christian extremism, religious extremism in America, right-wing Christian extremism in America. Now, don't get me wrong. We do have some of that here. I'm looking at you, street preachers in downtown Jackson, out at the Brandon Amphitheater harassing people. I'm looking at you. We definitely have right-wing Christian extremists here in this country. Absolutely. But they don't speak for all of us. They're a very select minority of extremists where it feels like, property of Allah here. This is not a extreme minority. This seems to be, and I've tried over the years. I really have tried, especially post 9/11 and the equivalent, the Muslim equivalent to satanic panic from the 80s that we shifted to Muslim panic after September 11, 2001. I've really tried to put that paste back in the tube and not judge everybody. And I'm still not going to. I want to be clear about that. I'm not going to judge everybody, but it does get to a point, and we brought this up last week talking about the gays and trans. It gets to a point where stereotypes exist for a reason. And you guys got to start holding the crazies inside your ranks accountable. It's been the same argument. It's why so many black people are upset with me, because I believe that a lot of the black folks, middle class and above, and the people that live in Jackson that aren't thugs and criminals and everything else, it's time to start holding the people in your ranks accountable that are out here doing wrong. They're out here doing the foolishness. The gays, guys, y'all got a lot of people in your ranks that seem to have an affinity for CP and for committing SA on children. You just do. I mean, I'm just reading the headlines. The squatty potty guy last week, the professor at the University of Georgia. I could go on and on and on. That's just the two last week that made mainstream news. Trans people seem to have an infatuation with mass shootings. I mean, I'll be honest, when I first heard about this, I assumed it was a trans mass shooter. I really did. My brain hadn't even gone to terrorism yet. I say all that to say Muslims here in America, peaceful, religious Muslims, it's time to hold your people accountable. It's time to start, I don't know what's the word, snitching on them. If it's time to start calling the FBI and snitching on these folks. And especially when you ain't from here and you living here now in America, that's the least you owe us for the opportunities this country is presenting you to come here, own a business, be successful, raise your families, and take advantage of all the great things America has to offer. You could at least rat out the nut jobs in your community. Is that too much to ask? And I'm not saying people ain't doing it, by the way. But clearly, when you see these folks like this, come on now. Come on. Somebody knew this guy was unhinged. But that's the thing, right? We can sit here and we can tell people and warn people about unhinged lunatic nut jobs in all walks of life. And in America, unfortunately, it's almost, you can't do nothing about it until they do something to you. So you have to become a victim before anything can be done to them, whether it's stalkers. Oh, we got some really lax stalking laws around here, don't we? And whether it's extremism. All right, let's take a break real quick. When we come back, let's get into Operation Epic Fury and the fallout and what we can expect. Phone lines wide open this morning. If you want to call in, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions on the operation in Iran. Where do you sit on it? Do you support the president? Or are you so ate up with no more wars and Trump derangement syndrome that you can't appreciate us taking out a terrorist state leader? 601-879-0002. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back. Well, real quick, the Ellis Autoplex text line, 769-241-1037. 1944. 769-241-1944. And caller, stay on hold, and we will come back to you on the other side of the break, Mr. Derek. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show, 1039 WYAB.
WYAB.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
When Second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits, and get 1-year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon. Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, you can always text Clay, take advantage of those free testosterone screenings this week over at Men's Health of Mississippi. Just text my name, CLAY, 601-800-5130. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw the photo I posted yesterday of my upper back, traps, shoulders, really showing some nice development, some nice size, some definition, at least for me. I understand everything's about context. I probably should have posted a before photo too, but definitely making some gains that I'm really happy with. My lats really coming in nicely. I credit A to hard work and B to testosterone and C to protein. So look, if you're over 35 or so, man, take advantage of it. It's so much more than just growing muscles. It's going to help you sleep better, think better, be more motivated, be more engaged with the people you're around. You're going to be feeling a lot less blah. I don't think this is the best way to explain it. You just kind of live through life. You're just living life. You're just blah, just living to live. Testosterone is going to help you live to succeed. Text Clay today, 601-800-5130. All right, let's go to the caller line. We got Derek on the phone. What's up, brother?
Hey, brother, how you doing today?
Man, easy. How you doing?
Hey, man, this is the greatest example of FIFO I've ever seen over the weekend.
Absolutely. He screamed death to America and then got deathed by America.
Hey, and then I like what his statement was before he made an official statement. I like what he put out on his account where he said some of the regime was already asking for amnesty or something like that. He said it's gonna be that or death. That's what President Trump said. Yeah, so hey man, it's good to make this testosterone great again. Is all I can tell you.
You know what's great is his X account, I guess, had some scheduled posts, and he was posting after he died. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Clay. There's only two things that concern me. Just one, everybody said, well, missile strikes in Dubai and United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. So what? They've sat over there and allowed that regime to flourish and did nothing. And it's like G.W. Bush said, it's either you're with us or you're with the terrorists. So I think that Iran attacking them back, it's kind of like karma, because they sat there and allowed it to happen while portraying to be our allies. So I take the same stance of Douglas McGregor. I don't really care if they get counterattacked by Iran because you sat back and done nothing and pretended to be our allies. Am I correct in that assertion?
I would believe so.
Yeah. You sat back, you've done nothing, and now you're getting attacked, and that's not a problem until you're feeling the brunt. But you let it flourish under your watch. So let it be known that I do not care about those Middle East countries that are being counterattacked by one of their own. Okay, that was your FIFO. So there. Then number two, I'm worried about a war of attrition. Because some of these soldiers we got here now that they turn out, are they really ready for that? That's my question.
I would say yes. I would say our soldiers are ready.
Okay. Yeah. Well, again, I think it should have happened a long time ago. And you got the president that's going to walk the walk and talk the talk. Now, my heart goes out to those soldiers who have been lost. They made the ultimate sacrifice, the greatest of our time, and my condolences to the family. But again, the tree of liberty has to be refreshed from time to time with the blood of tyrants and patriots.
Sadly so. I mean, look, when I was going to hit this later in the show, but I'll say it now. First off, prayers and condolences to the families of the three military members that we lost over the weekend. It's just the lives affected through the butterfly effect, the ripple effect of losing 3 lives is just unfathomable. But, when you go into MEPS or the recruiting office and, you sign up, you understand that, and easy for me to say, I tried to do it. I didn't do it. So it doesn't, almost don't count, but you understand that is a potential risk that you take when you sign up to fight for this country, and to take advantage of the things that the military does offer And, sadly and unfortunately, every now and then the military has to do military stuff. I mean, this is what the military exists for, is to go to war. Well, to try to prevent war, I guess, first. And then secondly, if trying your best to prevent it through power doesn't work, or through fear doesn't work, you actually have to go drop warheads on foreheads occasionally. And sadly, inevitably, lives are most likely going to be lost on both sides. That's just unfortunately, that's part of it. I never want to sell that short or discount it, or and God forbid, I'm no one to speak on it, but just an American here that's grateful for the opportunity and for all the lives lost and battles won over the years, since over the 250 years we've been a country, that allows our Constitution to still reign supreme, and allows me the freedom of speech to get up here and voice my opinion. So I'm very grateful. It's going to be interesting as the day and week goes on here to watch a bunch of left-wing liberal nut jobs who have never given a damn about our U.S. military pretend that these three soldiers were their best friends, and how they've always supported the military. And they're going to do all these pieces on, Trump got these military members killed, and all of this stuff to try to take advantage of and to slander Trump's name and to bring any negative attention down on Trump that they can. And I just think that's filthy and nasty and disgusting. But you're going to see that over the next few days. And with that said, I wonder if we will be able to go back, and as these journalists drop these hit pieces about Trump and tied to the death of these three soldiers, will we be able to go back and find those same journalists doing pieces about how Joe Biden got a dozen U.S. soldiers killed during the botched exit at Afghanistan? And I'm going to guess that the answer is going to be no. So,
and then there's speculation that some got left behind, which that's a taboo. No man gets left behind. You understand? So, right, you notice that worthless mayor they were elected in New York ain't had nothing to say. At least I haven't heard him make any statement. Have you?
Who?
The worthless mayor they elected in New York, that Iranian national.
No. I mean, he may have. I haven't seen anything, but my timeline was just ate up with videos and misinformation and stuff that was happening yesterday over in Iran. So it's kind of hard to go through everything.
Well, Clay, can I highlight your show real quick? And I put a disclaimer out there?
Yeah, sure.
Listen up, so-called Nation of Islam. Choose you this day who you gonna follow. It's either you with us or you with the terrorists. That's the way I look at you now.
Yep. That's why I said it before. That's why I said why you're on hold.
Whoever in the sound of my voice, you can get mad all you want. I'm American, point blank, period. American pie, gun hold, card can, conservative patriot. You better choose what side you on. You're gonna either be on Allah's side or you're gonna meet Allah. That's the way I see it.
Hope those 72 virgins are worth it.
I hope they are too.
Appreciate you,
Take
Derek.
care, brother.
Appreciate Derek calling in. You want to call in this morning? Give your 2 cents on it. I don't care what side you're on. You got a lot to say? I want to hear it. 601-879-0002 is the phone line this morning on the Clay Edwards Show. Let's hit a couple of the live chats here real quick. Paint me shocked. We've got still people who are ate up and obsessed with the Epstein files commenting this morning. Mark over on Facebook says, Epstein files do matter. The American people want justice. It's time to move on from that. Time to move on from the Epstein files. You're not getting any more justice than you've already gotten. Epstein's dead. Maxwell's in prison. Let's move on to the next thing, whatever that is. Let's take a call here before we go to break. You're on there.
Hello?
Hey.
Let's move on to the next thing. Whatever that is.
All right, so real quick, and I'm not picking on anybody. If you call in, once you've decided to pick up the phone, cut your radio down, please. Because we're on a slight, 5-second delay. So it comes through for about 5 seconds. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show. 103.9 WYAB.
.1039 WYAB. This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. 1039 WIAB. Inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness Mississippi studios. You can always text the show 769-241-1944. This morning, the preferred means of contact, if you want to chime in, like I said, love me, hate me, disagree with me, agree with me, got a different take on it, whatever. All calls welcome. 601-879-0002. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Anglin Plumbing, right over there in Rankin County, Mississippi, but they can come to you no matter where you're at inside the state of Mississippi. No job too big, no job too small. New construction, remodels, service calls, they got you covered at Anglin Plumbing. Clogged toilet, that's considered a service call. Backed up sink, dishwasher disposal not working, service call. They can take care of you. If water goes through it, if gas goes through it, Anglin Plumbing can get you taken care of. But hey, did you know that they're hiring right now? That's right. Need a job? Want to start making $50,000 or more a year? You're scared of a little hard work, scared to get dirty? Probably not going to be for you. if you're not afraid to do those things, if you're not afraid to learn, it's a great opportunity in a career that's never going to be replaced by AI, at least not in our lifetimes. Reach out to Dylan Anglin at Anglin Plumbing. You can find him online, anglinplumbing.com. It's spelled A-N-G-L-I-N, spelled like it sounds, Anglin Plumbing. Reach out to him for all your needs, whether you need a job or you need some plumbing done. They got you faded over at Anglin Plumbing. All right, let's jump back in it, shall we? I see that we got a very lively chat over on the Mazda Jackson live stream. People just ate up with it. The TDS has got them 8 slap up this morning over there. Got them 8 slap up. Just ate up with Trump derangement syndrome, ate up with Epstein derangement syndrome. It is quite interesting. So a lot of people are upset that Trump didn't do it. A lot of people are upset about this girls' school over in Iran getting bombed. And, that is sad, and that is the color of war. That is the theater of war. It's very unfortunate when civilians die. It truly is. I'm going to guess that the Iranian military probably had that place as a they had intel that was not a girls' school. We'll just say that. That would be my opinion on that. But look, the 3 U.S. military jets got shot down overnight too by friendly fire by Kuwaitis. So it's unfortunate. Sad. It says here, I did confirm it before I acknowledged it. I just went over to Grok and said, hey, I always like to tell you how I ask the questions. I said, did an Iranian girls' school get bombed by Americans? And Grok says, yes, according to multiple reports. A girls' elementary school in southern Iranian city of Minab was struck on February 28, 2026 during a joint U.S. and Israeli military attacks on Iran, resulting in the deaths of more than 100 people, mostly children, and dozens more injured. Iranian officials and state media attributed the strike to the U.S. and Israel, with casualty figures raising as high as 175 killed in some accounts, including students, teachers, and parents. The attack occurred around 10 a.m. local time at the start of the school week, and videos verified by outlets like the New York Times. I don't know. Are we really considering the New York Times verified, real news? Shall I remind y'all of Russiagate? Anyhow, says it showed extensive destruction with rescuers pulling backpacks and school books from the rubble. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. Really, really hate to hear that. I do, but the same people commenting all that in my live stream here, Mr. Nacho Buddy Chief says, where's your energy about the Americans that got killed in Austin by a Islamic nut job? I don't see you asking, what about the people that got killed in Austin? What about the people that got killed in Austin? What about the people that got killed in Austin? Let's take a call this morning. You on there?
Yes, good morning. Can I leave a comment for the guy talking on the radio? It's positive.
I'm the guy talking on the radio, so I guess so.
Okay, sir. The pictures that I've seen of that tragedy of the school being hit, when you've got that many casualties, that many deaths, you're going to see some kind of gruesome blood. And, maybe I've missed it. But the pictures I've seen, I don't see any blood. I don't see any carnage. I don't know what kind of a hit. Those kids must have died of a heart attack, because there does not seem to be the devastation in that building that would take out that many lives. Just saying.
I'm not convinced.
But I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. I'm not convinced it's real. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I try not to be that guy. I try not to be the everything's AI guy. I don't know that it was AI. It could have just been old footage that they're recirculating. That's happening a lot. You're seeing a lot of old footage get recirculated. And people are just going with, yeah, it's real because, well, Orange Man bad. It helps fit the narrative. But I mean, look, real talk here. When I first ran the search, Grok said, this is fake news. And then after a little more calculating, I guess it found some stories and verified it. Now, whether it's 100, I don't believe everything AI says. I don't believe everything Grok says, everything ChatGPT says. There's been plenty of times I had to correct Grok on things that I 100% knew for sure. And it was like, oh yeah, you're right, after further review. So, but I know what I haven't seen. I follow a lot of news outlets on my phone. I probably got 20, 25 different sources I get push notifications from on my phone for news. It's how when you do a show like this, you got to kind of stay on top of that stuff. I ain't got one notification, not a single one. And I follow a lot of Trump hating stuff. Not a single notification about that 150, 175 girls getting killed at a school. Not from the Daily Beast. And there ain't a bigger Trump hater out there. Not from Raw Story. Not from the Washington Post. Hell, I follow the New York Times. I was a New York Times subscriber till yesterday when I realized it was costing me $25 a month. I said, unplugged, deactivate. So I'm just not 100% sure that that's real. We are living through fifth dimensional warfare, as they call it. A lot of propaganda, a lot of fake stuff that's getting harder and harder to verify. You're even getting sources that are verifying fake stuff. I mean, I wasn't very quick to jump on Khomeini being killed over the weekend. Now, once I saw some sources that I felt good enough going with, I was like, all right, we'll roll with it. And I'll put unconfirmed on my Facebook post where I shared it. I was like, this is unconfirmed. Until the White House says that they've killed the leader, it's unconfirmed, but it's trending that direction. So, I'd be careful about going gung-ho on everything you see just because you want it to be true. And on that note, about wanting things to be true because it makes your enemy look bad. The difference in me and you Trump deranged left-wing whore rhino nut jobs, look, I know it ain't just the left. The difference in y'all and Clay Edwards, y'all want what's on the Epstein list to be true. Y'all so badly want to bring down Donald Trump that you want young girls to have been sexually assaulted. You want, not W-O-N-T, W-A-N-T. You want young babies to have been sacrificed in satanic rituals on Epstein Island so you can feel right, so you can feel justified. I want all that to not be true. Not because I give a damn about the people involved, but because I don't want young girls to have been sexually assaulted or babies to have been sacrificed. But y'all are so ate up with the derangement that you are willing, gleefully, hopingly, for those terrible atrocities to be true, just so you can feel like you were right. So you were somehow justified in your derangement syndrome. Y'all are sick individuals. I want y'all to think about that. That's what y'all sound like with this nonsense. I don't want 150 schoolgirls in Iran that have been killed. So I can try to be like, God, see, we shouldn't have done it. You monsters. What kind of monster celebrates pedophilia? What kind of monster celebrates human sacrifice at Nacho Buddy Chief 2922? What kind of monster celebrates that? What kind of monster pulls for that? Democrat death culture. It has ate this country up. I stumbled across a documentary last Sunday. I think it was on Tubi, actually. I don't watch Tubi, but on Amazon Prime, you can access everything from Amazon Prime. So it got recommended to me on Amazon Prime. It was called Michelle's Experience, Michelle something. It was a big book in the 80s. It's what started the whole satanic panic stuff. And it was her and her psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever, had dreamt up these things that had allegedly happened to her. And her mom had pawned her off to Satanists for worship and sacrifice and sexual assault and all these things. And her, of course, Michelle Forgives. I think that might be it. Anyway, the name of the book is the name of the documentary. Well, come to find out, it was all just so she could sleep with her psychiatrist or so he could sleep with her. But he ends up leaving his wife for her. But it spawned this entire satanic panic movement. And a lot of innocent people, a lot of school teachers went to jail. Preschool teachers went to jail. Little church ladies went to jail over fake claims of satanic panic. It was like the burning of the witches in Salem. And that's what this Epstein stuff is starting to turn into. You got pedophilia panic. I mean, look, I hate Satanists and I hate pedophiles, but I don't believe there's one around every corner waiting to jump out and snatch me up, club me upside the head and take a baby. Same people that believe that are the same people that believe human traffickers are walking around the Walmart parking lot in Richland, tying little white strings to door handles so that people know who to traffic when they come back out to their car. Do y'all understand how stupid that sounds? Do you understand how stupid you sound when you say that to me? What I want you to start doing is this. Every morning, I want you to go to the bathroom or your closest mirror, wherever it is. And anytime you're thinking something like that, I want you to look in the mirror dead in the eye, dead in your eye, eye to eye. And I want you to repeat it to yourself out loud. And if it sounds stupid to you, it's probably going to sound stupid to the rest of us. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
Looking for farm fresh produce, high quality local beef, dairy, and desserts? Look no further than the Farm Store in Flora. We've got the sweetest, juiciest fruits and vibrant vegetables from Two Dog Farms, plus premium beef, all from right here in the community. Whether you're cooking up a feast or just grabbing a healthy snack, the Farm Store has got you covered. Freshness you can taste, prices you'll love. Find us on Facebook at The Farm Store by Two Dog Farm.
The IMAX at Malco Grandview Cinema offers moviegoers a truly immersive cinematic experience, a way to enjoy movies like never before. You're not just watching, you're a part of the action with IMAX technology at Malco Grandview Cinema in Madison. And now, relax and recline in luxury at Malco. The magic of the movies is even better with reclining seats at Malco Grandview Cinema in Madison and Renaissance Cinema Grill in Ridgeland. For more information and tickets, visit malco.com. We'll see you at the movies.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Guys, it's Chicken Spaghetti Monday at McBee's Bar and Grill right there on Lake Harbor Drive. They've been buzzing a res since 1982. It's one of the last great Mississippi dive bars. It's right here. Locally owned, locally operated, under new ownership over the last couple of years too. My buddy Michael Wimberly and his team over there doing a phenomenal job revitalizing, reviving, breathing some new life into McBee's Bar and Grill. Great new menu, great staff, great food, great drinks, good times, plenty of huge TVs. They got the big patio out back. It's huge. You haven't been to McBee's since they redid the patio a few years back. It's as big as the inside dining space almost. It's covered. It's got heaters. It's got fans. It's got vented windows. So it's really nice. It's comfortable out there all year round. They got a 100-inch TV out there. They got plenty of 75, 80-inch TVs out there. So if there's a game on, you're not going to miss it. If there's a sporting event on, you're not going to miss it. Consider McBee's today for lunch. They got a great blue plate 5 days a week. They have a rotating meat, and then you can also get hand-battered country fried steak, hamburger steak, or grilled chicken every day on the blue plate. And, of course, the full menus available. Try the wings. The mango habanero are my favorite. Mozzarella cheese sticks. Y'all know I'm a cheese stick connoisseur. They're fabulous. You go to McBee's today. All right, when we come back, we're going to stay on this topic a little bit. And we're also going to go to another transgender homicide. That's right. They're out of control. It's transgender panic here on the Clay Edwards Show. 103.9 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. 2 days into the war, and the Pentagon's declared U.S. forces have achieved air superiority over Iran. It comes at a price. General Dan Kane confirms a 4th U.S. soldier died today of injuries sustained in Saturday's attack.
We expect to take additional losses, and as always, we will work to minimize U.S. losses.
Asked about the administration's decision to attack, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said,
"This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it."
Hegseth is not ruling out troops on the ground in Iran.
Iran has an ability to project power against us and our allies in ways that we can't tolerate. So whether that's ballistic missiles and drones, so offensive capabilities, effectively their Navy, which would attempt to set other terms and impose different costs.
The Red Crescent reports 555 people have died in Iran. State TV says the Ayatollah's wife was among them. The war is widening. Sirens sounding as Israel and Lebanon target each other for the first time in a year. The BBC's Yolande Nell is in Jerusalem.
The Lebanese armed group said it launched missiles and drones at the Israeli city of Haifa in retaliation for the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. Israel's military responded with strikes on Hezbollah's strongholds in southern Beirut. and told people in more than 50 villages in southern Lebanon to leave.
The U.S. confirms Kuwait accidentally shot down 3 American fighter jets. All 6 crew members ejected safely. Oil prices are spiking this morning. CBS's Kelly O'Grady predicts other costs will follow.
It's not just about gas prices. How does everything that we get to us? It's on trucks. And when oil prices go up, so do diesel prices. So there are so many different secondary effects.
There are protests across this country. Carla Reyes in New York City.
People in Iran have the right to determine for themselves their own future. And it's not up to us to meddle in the affairs of other countries.
Members of Los Angeles Iranian community cheered the Ayatollah's deaths in the streets of Westwood. The Supreme Court hears arguments today on whether people who use illegal drugs can be barred from owning guns. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
The government here is arguing that there has always been laws restricting gun access to habitual drunkards. 43 states, in fact, have laws restricting gun access to drug addicts.
Dow futures are down 514. S&P futures off 72. NAS futures down 331. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday. Scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online.
News this hour is brought to you by the Rusty Healy Agency in Madison. Call Landon Thompson at 601-856-3681 to request a quote or learn more.
A woman in Neshoba County possibly beaten to death. Mostly sunny with a high at 80 today. Partly cloudy tonight with a low at 57. Sunny and 80 again Tuesday. Dry most of the week with a substantial rain chance Friday. With news on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis. The body of 33-year-old Rebecca Leanne Lyons was found in a car in Winston County, says the sheriff's department there Friday morning. While an exact cause of death has not been determined by autopsy, the sheriff says he believes she was beaten to death. She was pronounced dead at Winston Medical Center after being brought there from Highway 397. A person of interest was reported in custody. The clinics operated around the state by the University of Mississippi Medical Center are expected to be back open today after sufficient progress in rectifying the damage from the February 19th cyber attack that crippled computer systems, messed up email servers, and paralyzed the phone system. The hospitals and ERs have remained open. You are being advised to stay inside as much as you can in Rankin County. The Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality says there's an air quality alert and that the air is not so good right now because of wildfires mostly, and that is because of the dry weather and drought conditions. Once again, the Senate gets to decide on this. It's a bill that would mean, if it becomes law, that food pantries wouldn't have to pay sales tax on any of the items that they buy to help feed people. Right now, they don't pay that tax on non-perishable items only. The bill passed the House last year, same as this year, but it failed in the state Senate. The average price for gas in Mississippi is $2.51 per gallon, says Gas Buddy. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with.
Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a white guy.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom goes La Dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO Radio 1039 FM WYAB, pumping all across the airways. Is the 50,000 watt blowtorch, and of course, pumping all across the interwebs worldwide, live on a 5-second delay on the Mazda Jackson live stream. Go to Save JXN on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and on Let's Get Ready to Rumble. And you can chime in, take part in the conversation in the live chat. I keep the chats up on the screen. Got something you want to say? Bring it. It's there. The world can see it. We don't block anybody unless you spam us. You get to spamming, we'll block you. Other than that, all gas, no brakes. We're big boys over here. You want to call into the show, 601-879-0002 is the phone line. We've answered every call this morning. If you want to text the show, the Ellis Autoplex text line. Man, speaking of Ellis Autoplex, y'all get by there and check them out today, this week. Pick you up a great deal on a quality pre-owned 4-door, 4-wheel drive pickup truck. Got a lot of F-150s to choose from. Always going to have a lot of F-150s. Rankin County is F-150 country. Mississippi is F-150 country. Of course, they're going to have some Chevrolets and GMs and Rams and whatnot as well. Toyotas, a lot of Toyotas, man. Toyotas sell well. But hey, they got cars and SUVs too. Swing by, check them out today. They got financing available in-house there. They don't do in-house financing, but they have banks in-house where you don't have to go to the bank and do all that stuff. You can, of course, if you use your own bank. It is what it is. And warranties are available, or service contracts are available on about every vehicle sold. And of course, they buy vehicles too. So if you're thinking about selling yours, man, don't deal with the crazy people on Craigslist, on Marketplace, any of that stuff, man. I'm telling you, I deal with a bunch of crazy people. And I mean, the Marketplace and Craigslist, it's like a crazy people farm. I know where all the mental asylum people that should be in the mental asylum have all gathered. It's Marketplace. Anyway, check them out today. You can shop them online, set up an appointment online, and get pre-approved online at ellisautoplex.com, or just swing by, see them in person. Highway 471, Flowood, Mississippi. Let's jump back in it, shall we? First off, let's lighten the mood just a little bit here. Let's pull up the meme of the day. The meme of the day, we got it right here. If you're watching on the live stream, we got Donald J. Trump. Trump Pox. Trump Pox back. Trump Pox back. Look, man, you got Trump out here with 34 felonies, 3 baby mamas, survived getting shot, straight up kidnapped a sitting president, or at least that's how the haters spin it. Now he's running the government like it's death row records in the 1990s, raw, uncensored, breaking rules when necessary, going straight up, hit him up on all his and America's enemies. I'm here for it. I love it. If you're still hating on Trump and MAGA row records, you're basically Puff Daddy and bad boy, as far as I'm concerned. Flashy, watered down, baby oil loving, looking real suspect to us real street bosses. No lie. You ain't no better than the diddler. Diddler, diddler, diddy diddy, puff daddy, baby oil, cook. Look at Trump there. Just mean, boy. Thuggin', Trump Pock. That picture's great. If you're listening on the radio, just at some point, and I have shared this photo on all my social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, at SaveJXN. I don't think I posted it on X of all things. I stole it from X. And then I wrote a funny caption. But I may have borrowed theirs and added to it. I won't confirm or deny. Anyway, you can go see it online, on Instagram, Facebook, at SaveJXN. Great photo of Trump dressed up with his board, with his chief of staff, not chief of staff, with a few people, JD Vance, Marco Rubio, and I'm not sure who the tall one is with the cornrows, but either way, great photo, funny. All right, so let's go to a different story here this morning. The transgender panic. A Florida tranny murdered her mom and her boyfriend, her mom's boyfriend, for misgendering her. Now, this is actually a girl that wants to be a boy. And those seem to be really violent. Really violent. The one that was the Nashville shooter was super violent. Super violent. So let me read the story here real quick. And then I'll play the video of her being interrogated. Crazy, man. People are just crazy, especially these transgender people. I know they're going to end up trying to kill me. I know it, but I ain't keeping my mouth shut on it. I will not recognize them. I will not. I'll recognize they're crazy, but I will not play their game of make-believe. Says a 16-year-old Julia Egler has been indicted on 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder in connection with the deaths of her mother, 38-year-old Kelly McCullum, and her mother's boyfriend, 22-year-old Matthew Zizernok, Ukrainian last name, I think. Dang, mama liked them young. MILF. Anyway, Egler, who reportedly goes by Jasper, is accused of fatally shooting the couple. Oh, and what's great about this is she did this, and then she tried to make it look like a black man committed these crimes. Oh, I got some thoughts on that too. We're going to circle back to that. So Egler, who goes by Jasper, is accused of fatally shooting the couple following an argument inside their Florida home. An argument, investigators say, stemmed from being misgendered. According to authorities, Egler later acknowledged that her mother had made efforts to compromise regarding her gender identity, but tensions within the household continued to escalate. Clearly they continued to escalate. Detectives alleged that after the shooting, the teen attempted to stage the scene to resemble a home invasion and falsely claimed that a black man was responsible in an effort to mislead law enforcement. Racist. The case has ignited fierce debate online, from discussions surrounding family conflict and identity struggles to outrage over the alleged false accusations and its broader implications. As the legal process unfolds, the story continues to raise complex and emotional questions about accountability, identity, and consequences of escalating domestic disputes. You can always tell when AI completely wrote something. I'll be the first to tell you, I'll use AI to clean up my grammar and kind of tell a story a little crisper than I can tell it sometimes. I'll just say, hey, rewrite this a little bit. Guilty as charged. But that's for y'all's benefit, not mine. It would suit me just well to leave it all right there and let y'all figure out my complex word salad rants and raves online. But anyway, I find it really funny that, not funny in the comical way, but funny in the I told you so way, that the transes, in fact, are racist. Black people. Let me talk to black people for a second out there this morning. These are the same rainbow supremacists that scream Black Lives Matter. And they're the same ones that begged y'all to spill into the streets of Minneapolis to protest ICE, because they know a dead black protester will get them way more attention than a dead lesbian, trans nut job, or an ugly liberal white male with zero testosterone like Alex Preddy. That guy was so ugly, they had to doctor up his photo to make him look, quote, less Jewish, their words, not mine, so he could get sympathy. Anyway, they love the blacks. They got y'all's back till they need to cover up their tracks for a murder ×2. Then it's the black guy did it. They'll believe that. When was the last time real MAGA, tried to blame something on some black folks that they didn't do? I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying I hadn't heard about it. I kind of follow this stuff. Y'all tag me in everything anti-MAGA. I figure y'all would have found it and tagged me in it by now. I'm just saying, man, black folks, white liberals, in particular the rainbow supremacists, are not your friends. They're not your friends. You really need to start doing inventory of how they really think about black folks. That's all I'm saying. Go right through Bellhaven and Fondren here locally where there's a high density rainbow. See how many black folks live around them. I'm saying, just go a little social experiment yourself. Come back to me with your results, not mine. Come back to me with your results. Then go right through Brandon, Pearl, Madison, and see how many black and white folks just live amongst each other. It's wild. Well, we continue to be called the racisms by these people, but they're the ones that continue to live the most segregated lives. What's that called? A deflection much? Anyway, let's go back to the story here about the teen that murdered her mom and her mom's boyfriend.
You're doing, or that she's doing.
Interrogation here.
Or that she's.
Keep it in pause. This is her interrogation here. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Listen to this thing. It's crazy. We'll play this so y'all just understand. Get in the mind of a maniac. These are the people that are on Facebook Marketplace, by the way.
You're doing, or that she's doing, that's not fair to you.
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like, "Okay, you're not a real boy," and blah blah blah, and all the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Well, the mom was right. You're not a real boy. You're just not. That's fact. It's not an argument. That's fact.
Okay, but
she doesn't approve of your lifestyle. She doesn't approve of that.
Would you say that she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia?
Julia tells detectives Kelly was unsupportive of her lifestyle and that it sparked many arguments.
Bet it did. I bet clearly it did. If it led to her deciding to kill her mom and her mom's boyfriend. These people are dangerous. And we told you Friday that the numbers have been ran. And if you look at the amount of known transgenders out there, like people who identify as trans, and you go back and you do the math be mathing. And you look at all the mass shootings and the acts of violence that have been committed by confirmed transgender folks. I don't know how you're confirmed transgender, but I guess you say you are, so therefore you are. Anyway, math. They're the most violent people on earth per capita. And they make up a small percentage. They're not even like a whole percentage point. They're not even like 1%. They're like a 0.001. I don't even know what it is, but it's small. Now, it ain't from a lack of effort. They're trying to make it as big as possible. They're trying to trans up, gay up, everything. How much, Clay? Everything. What all are they trying to gay up? Everything. It ain't from a lack of effort. But I believe finally, thanks to Elon Musk buying X, I think that was the first domino to fall. Thanks to Elon buying X, people were able to see that it's actually not quite as popular as the interwebs would have you believe. And once that X domino fell, then the other social media outlets were like, yeah, you know what? We don't have to keep going along with this all the way. Now, TikTok, even though it's been bought by the Ellisons, who just saved Warner Brothers from being bought by Netflix, they still have not gone through and made widespread changes to the censorship on the algorithm, because you can't say nothing about the transes there. You can't even talk good about them. I mean, unless you're on there literally promoting transition, you can't talk about transes on there. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know you can't talk about them on TikTok. Your videos violated community standards. Your videos violated community standards. They're like Oprah giving away community standard violations. You get a community standard violation. You get a community standard violation. You get a community standard violation. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show. Phone line 601-879-0002. The Ellis Autoplex text line 769-241-1944. And of course, the Mazda Jackson live stream is always wide open. We'll hit some of your chats when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Here's John and Corey Ravenstein.
You know, we're always trying to find ways to give you more at Juniker Jewelry Company.
More diamonds, more selection, more value for your money.
That's why we built the largest fine jewelry store in the state.
And that's why we're launching Juniker's Rewards Program,
where the more you spend, the more you earn.
That's right. With every qualified purchase at Juniker's, you'll automatically receive Juniker's Rewards points over time that you can use for future purchases.
You get rewards points for every purchase on diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands, new fashion jewelry, estate and antique jewelry.
Even on all your jewelry repairs.
Think of it as Juniker's frequent flyer program for love.
And rewards points add up fast. Come to Juniker's and sign up today.
Juniker's Rewards. One more way. At Juniker's, we've been giving you more since 1944.
Juniker Jewelry Company. We're at 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and online at junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits and get 1-year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon. Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 WYAB. Broadcasting live from inside the Men's Health, Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, where you can always text Clay to 601-800-5130. Get a free testosterone screening scheduled for this week. Get your manhood back, folks. Get your manhood back. The Ellis Autoplex text line, 769-241-1944. This segment brought to you by our friends over at H&H Chief Sales there in Carthage, Mississippi. Guys, need a trailer? Need a hitch for your truck? Need a custom hitch for your truck? Need some custom welding on your work truck, on your work trailer, on your four-wheeler trailer, lawnmower trailer, any of that stuff? H&H Chief Sales has got you covered. Located right there in Carthage, managed by Noah Sullivan of the Sullivan family. That should ring a bell. They've been doing this for a long, long time. H&H only sells trusted brands that are built to perform. Rugged, big tex trailers, durable CM and Legend X truck beds. H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. You can visit them online at you can visit them in person at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. That's just hhchiefsales.com and view the full inventory. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do. And look, man, I know I say it all the time, but it's worth mentioning the guys that work in the welding shop there at H&H Chief Sales. Those guys are also farmers. So they just have an experience, and not only how to be great welders, but the utility of how the weld and the work is going to be used. That's going to make it work best for you. That goes a long way. Man, that goes a long way. All right, shifting gears here. Let's read some chats and some texts this morning here. I've asked you for your thoughts and opinions. Don't forget the phone line is 601-879-0002. I just saw a funny on Instagram. Let's take the air out of it. Let's put a pin in the tension for a second here. I saw a video here. I doubt I shared it anywhere, but I did. I just reposted it to my stories on Instagram and Facebook at SaveJXN. If you want to go see it there, go look at my most recent stories. It says a driver has had enough of cyclists blocking lanes in Key Biscayne, Miami. And it's a several hundred, bicyclists, in their biker shorts and all that stuff, the spandex they wear. And I'm not knocking it. I know a lot of guys that do it. I respect the hell out of it. You have great endurance and whatnot, but I'm just really not a big fan of sharing the road with you, but never to this extent. So they're hogging up the whole dang road, because they all have license plates and they have the right of way for whatever reason. I'll never understand that. I have to pay a tax to drive on the road, but again, neither here nor there. So this car decides to, and it's one of those mini Coopers. It says, I've had enough. I have had enough. And it just bajas through the median. And I mean, it's probably 1,000 bicycles at least on the road here. And they're just hogging up both lanes. They don't leave a lane for the cars to go around them. Well, Where there's a will, there's a way. There was a lot of median without any ditches in it, and the little Cooper ran through all of it to get around them. It's my spirit animal this morning, the driver of the Mini Cooper in Miami. Good stuff there. All right, let's check out some of your text messages here this morning on the LS Autoplex text line. Is there such thing as a cousin-in-law? My cousin's husband, Keith, says, I 100% support our president. If we don't take care of it now, their following will grow tenfold as it has since the last time we showed real force in that region. And if we don't keep the Democrats out of office in the next 3 years, I expect we will see tragedy on our soil like we've never seen before. Personally, I don't think we should. I keep throwing a word in there that's not there. Personally, I don't think we've hit them hard enough yet. I'll stop with those couple of issues. I could go on and on. Please go on and on. That's what we're here for. This therapy this morning. It's the FAFO'D therapy sessions. Turn that into a meme. So no, I agree. Look, I'm a no more wars guy. I don't want to have to go do these things, but sometimes you have to keep bad guys at bay. You know, we laid out a strict set of what we'll allow and what we won't allow, and they flipped us the finger basically and said death to America. Well, we brought death from America. We shared a little bit of that democracy, that American democracy and supremacy with Iran over the weekend. We brought democracy right to Iran's doorstep. So, you know, I've, of course, seen a lot of nut jobs, MAGA grifters try to compare this to Iraq. We don't need to be doing regime change. We don't need to be doing this. We don't need war. I'm 100% against this. Big difference here, and just as my uneducated opinion, but I do read, I do listen. Big difference here in a continued airstrike and allowing the Iranian people to select their next leaders. Big difference in that, right? Than boots on ground, Fallujah style, hand-to-hand combat, basically, with us trying to bring democracy to Iraq and let them, quote, select a leader through a fair election. Big difference, in my opinion. Now, if you've been in the military, if you fought in any of these battles and you want to chime in this morning, let me rephrase it. You don't have to have fought. If you've been in the military or you have fought in any battles, if you're a war veteran, you want to chime in on this, tell me why I'm right, tell me why I'm wrong, give your opinion. The floor is yours. Call in 601-879-0002. Would love to hear from you and get an opinion of somebody that's actually walked the walk and talked the talk. Unlike you, I just talk the talk. But I try to do it from a place of a little bit of knowledge. Yeah, look, I'd rather us not be over there. If it was up to me, I'd rather not be there. But also understand that I'd rather remove the threat before it comes to us. I know a lot of people, oh, Clay, this is us protecting Israel. Israel can fight their own wars. You know, I don't disagree. You know, I don't disagree. Well, Clay, Israel's our biggest ally. I mean, are they our biggest ally or are we their biggest ally? There is a difference. You know, it's like the little guy that keeps getting himself in trouble and got to go get his big buddy to fight his fights for him. Now they're allies, but not the same way, right? The little guy, the big guy's the little guy's ally. But I'm going to guess when the big guy gets in a fight, he don't run over to get the little guy to fight his fight for him. See what I mean? You can be friends, but best allies is different story there. And I know I'm talking out both sides of my head here because I'm trying to explain to y'all that it is very complicated. It's very complex over there. And I'll try to pretend I know everything that's going on. All I can do is tell y'all my thoughts and opinions on these things. I'd rather not be there, but I've learned to trust my president. You know, when I say this is what I voted for, I mean it. Like, this is what I voted for. I voted to let Trump lead and let them do what's best. You know, for a bunch of content creators and a bunch of loudmouth liberal congressmen, senators, or Yeah, representative, senators, whatever. Yeah. For all y'all to think that y'all have the same information that the White House does, just lets me know you're crazier than I even think you are. To assume that you have intel that the White House does, you just don't. There's things that they have that you don't have access to. Now, coming up here in the next hour, top of 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have Andrew Gosser in here. Andrew, war vet. And we're going to get a lot of these opinions and get Andrew's opinion on this stuff. And I got a lot of questions I want to ask him and a lot of things that I've collected over last night doing show prep to discuss with Andrew. And his show will be on here live from 10 to noon. He'll be coming on right after my shows. We'll have him here for an hour, 50 minutes to an hour in the 9 o'clock hour to discuss a lot of this. Let's see here. I'm getting some text kind of as we go here. I didn't mean to go on a rant there. I really wanted to read more of y'all's texts. We got to take another break here in a second. Reagan says, why didn't the transgender girl just leave her parents' house? I said, I guess the free ride. And he said, yep, now she's going to jail. True that. Crazy T says, yes, the problem now is all the AI info is confusing everyone. Says I woke up Saturday morning and my feed was nothing but war in Iran and other war posts. Look, it is a lot of misinformation out there. And I don't like that word. That's one of those liberal buzzwords, but it's true in this context. There's a lot of propaganda out there they're going to try to use. Kim Wade texted in and brought up a good point. I'm going to say Grok was wrong. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go on record right now, 150 schoolgirls were not killed in a U.S. bombing in Iran. Were not. Until the White House or Syntec, I think is what it's called, until they come out and confirm that, I'm not rolling with it. Ain't no way that happened, and it hadn't been confirmed by real sources. So I'm just going to say that right now. That Kim Wade texted in and said, man, you could tell from the time of the year it was in that video, the season it was, that it wasn't right now. And that is a very valid point, my friend. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Cowden Electric. Marty Cowden and the team been in business now for 2 generations, well over 50 years, probably close to 60. I need to find out exactly when his dad started the business back in the day. It used to be known as Jim Cowden Electric. You've probably seen the vans running around for years now, especially if you're from South Jackson. It's just simply Cowden Electric now. Try to keep it simple. 1 word's easier to remember than 2. 1 name's easier to remember than 2. Either way, whether you just got a basic service call, got a breaker acting wonky, got a short, need a ceiling fan hung, some lights taken care of, any of that, of course, they got you taken care of for that. New construction, check. Remodels, check. You adding a deck, need some power ran out there, check. I mean, I'm just thinking of things you could possibly need done. But what they really, really want to focus on right now is the fact that they need to be the first person you think of. The first thing you think of needs to be Cowden Electric if you're considering a generator for your home, whether it's a permanent generator that powers the whole house, kicks on automatically as soon as the power kicks off, one of the big boys, whether it's that, or you got a portable generator that you want to be able to plug into the side of your house. They got you covered there too. Now you got to supply your own generator there, but they'll come out, they'll do the electrical work where you can just plug it right in, decide what breakers that you want it to run. Like what's the most important things that you want to be able to kick on if the power goes off. Boom, shakalaka. He can make that happen. Now I would have a conversation with him first before I ran out and bought a generator. If you're going to take that portable option, because you want to make sure you get one powerful enough to run the breakers you're going to want to run. So let them come out, talk to you about it, figure out how much power those pull, and see what size generator you need to get. Because, otherwise, if you're just getting a little small generator, you're probably better off just running an extension cord inside with a power strip on it, plug in a fan, plug in a refrigerator, and plug in some phone chargers or something. I don't know what to tell you. You pick, not me. But if you're taking it serious and you want to be able to, keep your house cool, keep your house warm, when the power goes out, give Cowden Electric a call today. Go to Cowden, Cowden, electric.com. All the contact information will be right there. Ain't no point in telling you a phone number. We already give out way too many phone numbers on this show. You ain't never going to remember it. You'll remember the website. You'll remember the name, Cowden Electric. All right, let's shift gears here. I know I said I was going to read some of the online comments. Let's do that. Let me mark my little box here real quick. I'm trying to do a better job of keeping up with my ad reads here. So let's go to the live chats. See, wow, we got a bunch of chats came in this morning. I must be arguing over there. Let's see what we got here. Andrew Camp says, I've had a ball. That's talking to the chat. Appreciate you for tuning in this morning. Michael Edwards says, Clay, them furries are absolute terrorists, and they're becoming a threat to this country. Not a real boy. Is that a real life Pinocchio? Pinocchio. I like it. I like it. Let's see here. Just kind of running through these in live time. Let's see here. Breacher says they've been saying death to America for 40 years now. Why does it matter now? Oh, wait, because Trump is an Israel puppet, just like the rest of them. Let's see here. Little Nikki says some America first or America only and don't understand geopolitics. You know, Little Nikki, I kind of fall in between a little bit. I am America first, but I do believe sometimes being America first also means you got to take it. You got to take it to your enemy sometimes. And I am by far, I'm not one of these people. I'm not ate up with Israel derangement syndrome. I'm also don't care one way or another if Israel exists. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Israel. I mean that about every country outside of the United States. I don't care if you exist or not. I really don't. It's kind of your responsibility to take care of yourself. But I also understand that my thoughts and opinions are not the current geopolitical thoughts and opinions of our leadership and the way this country is ran, regardless of who the president is. Whether we like it or not, America, for the foreseeable future, is going to protect Israel. It just is what it is. We're going to protect Israel. We're not going to arrest anybody here for the Epstein files. And those are just two things that y'all are all going to have to grow and learn to deal with, whether we like it or not. There's a lot of things I don't like about this country. There's a lot of people in this country I don't like that I wish would leave. I saw a meme shared by somebody, one of these anti-communist pages I follow, and it had all the different leaders from Iran who had been killed on it. And it was like, deleted. And I said, man, you know what I want to see? I want to see a picture like that with a lot of the current elected traitors in this country with their photo and deleted over it. That's what I'd like to see. So, I mean, by no means, don't think I'm content with any of this. I'm just, how do I say it? Don't think my silence, well, that ain't the way to say it either, is it? I'm not silent about anything. Don't think my ability to focus on other things doesn't mean I'm not angry about this. Maybe that's a good way to put it. But we're there, we're doing it, so we might as well deal with what we got to deal with. I think that's the best way to put it. Let's see here. Little Nicky prior to that said, if the Dems take the midterms, we will spend the next 3 years doing nothing but indictment hearings. You know, that's the thing that we got. You guys got to understand that are ate up with one of these derangement syndromes. Whether it's Epstein derangement syndrome, Israel derangement syndrome, Trump derangement syndrome, Clay Edwards derangement syndrome. I had to throw that in there. It's time to move on. And we got to come together. If you don't like it now, you don't want to find out how much you're going to dislike it if the Democrats get back in charge. You think nothing happens now? All the old nothing ever happens crowd. If you don't think anything happens now, you just wait till the Democrats take control of the House or the Senate, or God forbid, both. And you're going to find out what nothing happens now means. If they take care of both, a lot of bad things are going to happen. So be mindful of that. Get your butt out there and vote. You know, swallow your pride and vote for the better good. Sometimes you got to do that. It sucks. I get it, man. I don't like some of the people I have to vote for right here in this state. But even if my disdain for their political inaction is better than Democrats, because one thing Democrats ain't, when they get in charge nationally, is inactive. I mean, they push their agendas right on through. I mean, frankly, it is. You ever want to need to convince somebody that God is real? Not God's Israel, but God is real. The fact that America hadn't been completely overtaken by communists at this point, and our Constitution burned, it's only because God is real. Because every single time the Democrats get control, they take us one step closer and one step closer and one step closer, and somehow we peel it back just a little bit with the midterms or the presidency or whatever. And it's just like this delicate balancing act. But when Republicans get control, Trump's doing all he can. I mean, y'all sit here and y'all will just look at the few L's that we get and say nothing ever happens. And this man is stacking up win after win after win. But all you can look at is the things that didn't work out because they're like these big polarizing topics. Again, the difference in me and a lot of y'all is I don't want little kids to have been violated so I can be proven right. And a lot of y'all do. And that's sick. Sick. What is wrong with y'all? Let's check out the text machine over here and see what we got going on the Ellis Autoplex text line here. Lloyd says, this short video explains the missile that hit the school. There's no cursing. It's by two great black conservatives. I'll try to get it pulled up and watch it during the break here. We got a whole nother hour to go this morning. We're going to have Andrew Gosser up in here in hour 3. We're on to 10 o'clock this morning, so buckle up, man. We're here for the long haul this morning. I feel like I put some more notes in here. I feel like I got a few little short, quick things we can maybe hit this morning. Did y'all see the CBS reporter in Austin that's gone massively viral for refusing to follow a text message from the boss telling him not to focus on a huge crowd that was praising Trump's actions in Iran? This went super viral. I don't know that it translates very well to radio, but we're going to do it anyway, and I'll at least narrate it, if nothing else, and kind of show y'all this here real quick. Let me, I got to start playing automatically. Let me take the chats down off the screen so y'all can see it real good here. Yeah, we got about a minute or two before we come back before we got to go to break, so we'll be able to do this. All right, here we go. So he's reading the text. So he's reading the text here, and he looks back at his producer and says, "What does that mean?" Because they don't want to focus on this. He says, "Well, I am."
Opinions across Austin about the joint attack between the United States and Israel against Iran that happened early this morning. Some people, like this group behind me, are thanking Trump and the United States government for following through with this attack against Iran, while other people across the city say there needs to be more peace in the Middle East. The strike is drawing a variety of...
So they did not want him to show that Trump had support and that people were thankful for the United States bombing Iran. They want to continue to pretend that every Iranian is a terrorist nut job and a follower of Khomeini. They wanted to continue to push that nobody from Iran could agree with Trump, just like they tried to push that all the Venezuelans were just heartbroken over Maduro getting kidnapped, captured, whatever you want to call it, by America. That's your mainstream media right there. That's why I don't trust anything they show us. Oh, it was verified, Clay. It's been confirmed by CBS. It's been confirmed by CNN, by the New York Times. Yeah. Y'all's idea of confirmed ain't the same as mine. Y'all also say that men can be women and women can be men, and you call mass shooters by their preferred gender. I don't trust y'all. I do not trust y'all. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
.1039 WYAB.
Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of Flora Pharmacy. Flora Pharmacy is proud to be locally owned and operated. We believe in the power of community and personalized care. At Flora Pharmacy, we treat you like family. And for your convenience, we offer curbside service and prescription home delivery. Just pull up and we'll bring your prescriptions right to you. Can't make it to our store? Flora Pharmacy will drive it to your doorstep. Come see the best pharmacy in town today at Flora Pharmacy, where care meets convenience. Highway 49 in Flora.
If you've had an accident, remember Clinton Body Shop. We work for you, not your insurance company. Don't be misled by someone telling you that you will have to pay more than your deductible. Our shops hold multiple certifications from the makers of today's vehicles. We are the longest running ICAR Gold Class certified repair facility in Mississippi. We know how to repair your vehicle, and we will work with your insurance company on your behalf. In Clinton and in Richland, we work for you. We take pride in perfection.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosalesllc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
This is Gary Bryden with the Association of Independent Methodists, inviting you to join us for the Methodist Bible Hour USA each Sunday morning at 7 a.m. We'll explore the scriptures, share insightful thoughts, and enjoy special music. In today's world, there's a lot of confusion around us, but we'll point you to the eternal truth found only in Jesus Christ. That's the Methodist Bible Hour USA every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB.
Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
When Second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
I am Wayne Lloyd, Delta Farm Services, LLC. We do all types of dirt work, excavation, dozer work, land leveling. We do building pads, commercial ponds and lakes, residential ponds and lakes, anything with dirt work. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
Google Delta Farm Services, LLC, or find them on Facebook. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in as we get ready to land the plane for the second hour today. But hey, don't fret. If you're having a good time, we got a whole another hour to go. We're going to restart the X live stream. So if you're watching over there, you'll have to excuse us as I cut it off and cut it back on. There's a reason I have to do that. But otherwise, if you're listening on the radio, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with Andrew Gosser on the Clay Edwards Show.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
Is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. This is day 3 of the war with Iran, and U.S. officials say the goal is clear. Correspondent Vicki Barker begins our coverage.
Not regime change, not building democracy in Iran. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the ongoing airstrikes that took out Iran's leadership meant to send one message.
If you kill Americans, if you threaten Americans anywhere on earth, we will hunt you down without apology and without hesitation, and we will kill you.
4 Americans dead in 3 days of airstrikes, more than 500 Iranians, including reportedly the Ayatollah Khamenei's wife.
Pete Hegseth says he is not ruling out U.S. troops on the ground in Iran. The war has spread to other parts of the Middle East. Kuwait shot down 3 American fighter jets as Iranian aircraft, ballistic missiles, and drones were attacking. Correspondent Charlie D'Agata reports from Tel Aviv.
The aircraft were mistakenly hit by Kuwaiti air defenses. All 6 aircrew ejected safely, according to a statement from U.S. Central Command.
Israel and Lebanon are trading missile strikes for the first time in a year. President Trump says he expects the war to last 4 to 5 weeks. Iran's strategy, CBS News contributor General H.R. McMaster.
What they'll do is continue to attack U.S. bases. They're attacking civilian targets in Israel and 6 other countries in the region. You'll see them try to shut down shipping. I think you're going to see them try to activate terrorist cells internationally.
U.S. crude oil has jumped more than 7% this morning over fears the war will disrupt deliveries. The BBC's Nick Marsh.
We're only in the very, very early stages of this conflict. Supply overall is okay. The problems start mounting up when you're days, weeks, I don't know, maybe even months into a conflict. When that happens, then that's a prolonged spike, and that's when you start getting the knock-on effects on the price of energy, on the price of pretty much everything.
Most air traffic in the Middle East has slowed to a halt, stranding passengers in hub cities like Dubai, Qatar, and Etihad flights among those suspended. The FBI investigating the motive behind a deadly shooting at a bar in Austin, Texas, as possible terrorism. KHOU TV's Orko Manna.
According to the Associated Press, a law enforcement official says the suspect was wearing a sweatshirt that said "Property of Allah" and a shirt with the Iranian flag. And sources tell CBS News the Quran was found in the gunman's vehicle.
2 people were killed, 14 injured. Suspects, police shot to death. The Dow's down more than 300 points. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for...
News brought to you this hour by Lee's Old Country Store, Antiques and Collectibles on Highway 22 in Flora. Stop in for new and vintage finds, plus homemade goodies and gifts.
A rare kind of homicide in Mississippi. Sunny this afternoon with a high at 80. Tonight, the low is 57, and it's partly cloudy. Tuesday, another sunny day with a high at 80. Weather continues dry for most of the week until Friday with a 50-50 shot at showers and storms. And that dry weather has caused some problems in Rankin County. Because of the wildfires that have been happening in and around the county, the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality is advising you to stay indoors as much as possible there because of the air quality going down. An air quality alert is in effect, and that could affect people with breathing problems like asthma. You've got news on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis. When Rebecca Leanne Lyons was discovered in a car Friday morning on Highway 397 in Winston County, she was taken immediately to Winston Medical Center where she was pronounced dead. The sheriff there says he believes the Neshoba County woman was beaten to death. They do have someone in custody on an unrelated charge, and that name has not been made public. If you've been waiting to see when you can get an appointment scheduled again at one of UMMC's clinics, that could happen this week. The clinics are scheduled to be reopened today. They've been closed since a cyber attack took down the hospital's systems, email and phone systems, and crippled computers on the 19th. No arrests have been announced yet by the feds or any of the investigating agencies. You might have guessed this would be a possibility because it's been talked about for a few years. But a piece of legislation has been proposed to allow a black bear hunt in Mississippi. If it were to happen, the experts say it would be tightly controlled, but that it would help to keep the growing bear population healthy. More news on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met them.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
Boom, shaka laka, boom. You've tuned in. It's hour 3 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you live here on 103.9 FM WYAB, inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi Studios with my partner in crime, back for the first time in a few weeks. We got Mr. Andrew Allgosser, No Breaks, here with us this morning. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at, man, how about my friends right there at Mazda of Jackson? Get over there. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have the updated APR specials and whatnot for this month, so I'm not going to tell you about any of those, but just know there's going to be some great low APR specials for you guys with good credit that have taken care of your credit. Get over there, and I'm sure it's going to be 1.9 or something like that going on this month. They'll have all that released later. But look, you need a new car. Those Mazdas are some great looking vehicles. Get over there and check out that CX-90. It's just one of the most beautiful crossover SUVs I've ever seen, inside and out. The way it's designed inside, it is immaculate. I mean, just this big digital LED dashboard, really cool stuff. Smells phenomenal. I know that sounds crazy. It don't smell like your typical new car, which I love that smell. It's got a really unique smell that is really, I would say, exclusive to Mazdas. Anyway, I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole there, but y'all will love them. Check them out. Going to be great customer service, locally owned and operated. Every new Mazda is going to come with a 1 year of free basic maintenance. And again, it's locally owned. They have a wide selection of used cars. Also, credit, they've got some financing options that can help you rebuild your credit over there at Mazda Jackson. And of course, if you have good credit, they're going to reward you for that good credit with some really low APR specials. Shop them online today, MazdaofJackson.com. And of course, you can go see them in person right there at Briarwood Drive on 55, Mazda of Jackson. Andrew Allgosser, No Breaks. How have you been, my friend?
Good morning. Good morning. Doing good. Had a good trip up to Illinois and Wisconsin last week, and that was fun, but ready to get back in the saddle.
I hear you. Look, the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944, 769-241-1944. If you want to call in, chop it up with Andrew and I, the phone line 601-879-0002. Well, Andrew, since the last time we talked, a couple things have happened.
Just a little bit.
So the first thing you walked in and said, had I heard about the 3 planes that got shot down? Now, my understanding is everybody survived.
That's correct.
So friendly fire from the Kuwaitis is what the story they're going with?
Still to be determined, but it definitely came from Kuwait. They definitely got shot down over Kuwait. And now, of course, with X being the real public square, the videos are starting to come out and circulate. And it was kind of shocking. Really, it makes me as a military man kind of wonder what was going on there with the identify friend or foe type of technology that we're using.
Yeah, it should be. I was listening to Breitbart Patriot Radio this morning coming in, and he had a guy on there. I don't remember his name, but he was saying, once it kind of comes out, we'll sit there and say, if it was Kuwait, like how did this happen? Where did our training go wrong here? That you're shooting down friendlies. And he wasn't rude about it or anything. But just saying, clearly we got some more training to do with the Kuwaitis.
And everybody always complains about the Patriot missile, how it's an older technology. Well, they update those missiles. They call it a Patriot missile for a reason, but it's got the latest and greatest technology. So was this a training error? Was this somebody who was in there who was like a sleeper, or was it something else? We'll figure it all out. But it was pretty startling to me when I heard about that, because, a single incident is okay, or not okay, but we know it happens. But, with everything that happened with the Navy and the USS Gettysburg shooting down an F-18, almost shooting down another one, and now this, is there something in the U.S. training with that type of defense that is causing these types of problems? Now, these airplanes, they were F-15E Strike Eagles, so there was actually a pilot and a Wizzo in their two-seater, and these were older aircraft built in the early to mid-90s. So been around a little while, but that shouldn't have affected them getting shot down like that.
So one of the things that came out from this is Israel has debuted their new Golden Dome protection, the laser defensive protection system. And I was listening to something this morning, and it brought it up. It says, so we were playing a strange game of a $4 or $40 million missile, however much one of those Patriot missiles cost, $4 million, I think, using a $4 million missile to shoot down a $3,000, $30,000, $250,000, however much a drone cost. And so, inevitably, they're going to be able to overwhelm you with less expensive weapons, and you're spending $4 million a missile. And did you know how much it costs to use the laser each time?
About $35.
$2.50.
Yep, it's coming.
$2.50 how much it costs to shoot the laser. And that obviously it's not fully implemented, but it is somewhat implemented. And look, I know there's the people, and I'm kind of one of them, that feels like Israel can fend for themselves and they can pay for their own weapons. And I'm just looking at it like this: if we're going to be doing it, I guess it's better to just invest in this laser defense system long term than it is to continually giving them $4 million missiles to shoot down $30,000 drones. Just long term, this seems like a better investment to protect Israel, or for Israel to protect itself, than us continuously giving them $4 million missiles.
Clay, I completely agree with you, but you got to remember, we've got to feed the military industrial complex, and we've already built all these Patriot missiles. They got to burn through them first. They're just not going to throw them away. It's better to use them. But you're exactly right. And these new energy weapons that are out there and energy technology platforms, they're incredible. To say that they're Star Wars would be kind of limiting your mind of what these things could actually do. And it's not that I'm read into any of them or anything, but
sure,
it's the energy weapons, they're coming. And especially with all the new technology, the battle space is changing so rapidly, we can't even
on Breitbart Radio this morning, asked his guest, he said, what do you think the difference is now between the Iraq war and this? He said, do you feel like it's a different leader with a different mindset, or do you feel like it is an advancement in weaponry? And he said, can I take both?
Yep.
Can we say both? It is an advancement in weaponry, and it's a different mindset from the president versus the previous one, and their thoughts on regime change versus Trump's thoughts on regime change. This isn't going to be a hand-selected regime change and fake elections and boots on ground. This is going to be, let the people, we'll approve who you pick, and we'll give them an opportunity to do right, or we'll blow you up again.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I would also say, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, they've had to live next to Iran for the 47 years of the Islamic Republic. And they're not happy. There's not one country over there that really likes Iran. They're just a bully of a neighbor. And when you have Saudi Arabia bringing together its Ministry of Defense, saying we are going to authorize Saudi Arabian forces to go strike Iran. And by the way, what airplanes are they flying? F-15 SAs, which are basically a Saudi Arabian version of the F-15 Strike Eagle. Trump went over there at the beginning of his term, and I can't help but think he was already thinking 5 moves ahead, like he always does, thinking that this could probably happen. And he was getting all the ducks in a row, which as a farmer, getting your ducks in a row is pretty difficult. So I look at this as, I think not only is it the regime change or different leader, different weaponry, but I'd also say different culture. The culture has absolutely changed over there in the Middle East from when I last was over there, 2007, 2008, something like that.
Yeah. So what's your gut feeling on? I mean, are you supportive of what we're doing over there right now, or are you so America first that you just think we should have left it alone?
I feel like we need to be involved with that from a very far distance is the max extent possible.
Like what we're doing now or further?
Like what we're doing now.
Okay.
I put a picture on X and on Facebook too. I know that there's a lot of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene out there just diarrhea of the mouth saying no new wars. And I just simply put the picture of the woman who had the acid thrown on her face.
Mm-hmm.
This is
well, which one?
Yeah, well, the one that my wife sent me.
No, I mean which woman? In America?
Oh no, this was in Iran.
Okay.
But we've had acid attacks here in America too. It's coming here. That's why we fought the global war on terror. It was to fight it over there so it didn't come here. But with the last 4 years of the Biden regime, they estimate 18,000 trained sleeper agents, whether it be Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Hezbollah, whoever else came up through the southern border. You talked about it. I heard on the way in talking about that one guy who said, "You don't know who I am now, but you will." That guy's out there, and we have to take that. But there's going to be a lot of grit and toughness that's going to have to be exuded by the American people, which we haven't had to do since World War II.
So let's pull this video up real quick. Give me 1 second. This is Nancy Pelosi back when Obama was in office, I believe. Give me 1 second here. I can only go so fast, unfortunately.
I hear you.
So, and I want to finish this off with a thought because I think it's important here. Let's see if I can get it right. Like that. I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking for a particular layout here that I think looks the best for us. Let's go with this layout here. There we go. And make the screen full size. I know if you're listening on radio, it sucks, but you're going to be the benefactor of it here once we play it. All right, this is Nancy, basically saying Obama does not have to have permission of Congress. And I'm playing this for a reason.
So, Madam Speaker, Madam Leader, you're saying that the president did not need authorization initially and still does not need any authorization from Congress on Libya?
Yes.
Thank you both.
Thank you all very much.
All right, so she's saying the president does not need permission to take military for military strikes.
Yep.
All right, so why is that important? Well, because those same people are throwing absolute hissy fits right now about what Trump's doing. I got to fix the stream here, man. When you do anything here, it messes up what I'm doing. All right, there we go. Sorry. So here's what I pulled up some numbers here. I thought this is pretty interesting, right? So I picked the last, not counting Joe Biden. I just picked Bill Clinton and Obama.
Yep.
And I was just like, but Clay, Trump can't use the military without pre-approval from Congress, according to all these constitutional scholars on Facebook and Twitter. So I decided to look at, as many known times as I could find about Bill Clinton and Obama using the military strikes on foreign countries without congressional approval.
Yep.
Bill Clinton, 7 times. Could be as high as 8 or 9.
Yep.
Then I don't know. I can't believe there's something that's discretionary like this, but apparently there's some debate on how many times it actually was. And then Obama, 5 times confirmed, but some reports suggest it could be as high as 7 to 10. I was like, all right, well, how about Trump now? Let's stay fair here. Trump, across both terms, has used military force 9 times without prior congressional approval, reflecting a trend where presidents act first under executive authority, with Congress often providing retroactive funding or notification, but rarely blocking action. So I just want to know where that same energy was back then. For a lot of these old fogies were in office back then, is why it's relevant. It's why I played the Nancy Pelosi video. So again, president has the authority to go do military strikes. And I think we need to have a real lesson in what is a military mission and what is war.
I think that's fair debate, but before we even get into that, you notice the big pushback from the press on Nancy Pelosi when she said the president has authority, because that's the whole narrative, and that's why she does what she does. But getting back to it, this really changed after.
You're saying pushback sarcastically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the media is actually our biggest threat in everything that's going on right now. No matter what issue you take, it is mainstream media is the biggest problem that America has. But with saying, the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, that we parch together every year, and I know the libertarians out there are screaming right now saying, yes, that's what's the problem. Well, guess what? Both sides agreed to it. It's just who's in office now, whether it's the blue or the red side, depends on whether the other side sits there, says they approve the NDAA or they don't. But in the backroom deals, the NDAA is evil. If you think, for instance, that your cell phone right now isn't recording everything and cataloging it all, you would be mistaken. And that the NDAA allows that. So the president has vast powers that so many Americans don't sit down and read the 2,500-page NDAA. But if you did, you would be absolutely floored by it. So that's where he's getting his power to go do all this.
Little Nicky, watching on YouTube, makes a great point. He said the president has 48 hours to notify the Gang of Eight via the War Powers Act.
Yep.
So,
and Trump even came out and said this. The reason that he didn't do it sooner than that is because the quote unquote Gang of Eight isn't supposed to leak everything. But, again, everything gets leaked to the press and then it's out there. And with social media, a lie can go around the earth. I used to say 8 times before the truth started to catch up, but now it goes around the earth billions of times before the truth even can think about starting to move. So,
well, and of course, this did leak
that
it was going to happen. We just didn't know the exact wins. So, but let's take a break.
Yeah.
And come back. And I want to get your thoughts on like the job that on ground intel did during this thing to be able to get all these cats in one place at one time.
That's it.
We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show with Andrew Allgasser. No breaks on a Monday morning. It's a motivational Monday too. So hey, if you're back at work this morning, you're back at it after a good weekend, back making that money, back doing whatever it is you do. Be glad you made it to Monday.
That's right.
And Friday will be here before you know it. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
To 103.9 WYAB.
Homeowners and business owners, are your gutters and roof storm ready? The folks at Elite Roofing and Gutters are your local experts in storm protection. The team is dedicated to fortifying your residential or commercial location against the elements. Now is the time for an inspection and for proactive solutions that ensure your roof and gutters can withstand any storm. Elite Roofing and Gutters. Online at eliteroofer.com. eliteroofer.com.
Back in 1984, we started the Fast Service Oil Change, and for over 40 years, Rapid Oil Change has been the leader in oil changes and fast service. We accept most major fleets and offer local 30-day in-house accounts as well. We do more than just change oil. From tires, wiper blades, tire sensors, just to name a few. Don't forget to show your ride some love with a trip to our Laser Wash 360, the best touchless wash in town, open 24/7. If you're not driving with Castrol Edge, come see us today. 6 locations, 6 days a week. We're ready to serve. OilChangeMS.com.
We all love the farm-to-table food concept, right? Well, at Burnt Corn Farm, they bring you locally grown flowers straight from the farm to the vase. With a wide selection of flowers and excellent service, Burnt Corn Farm will make your next party or shower a southern delight. Sign up for a monthly bouquet subscription, and their farm-fresh flowers will brighten your days all season long. You can also book your next family photo session in their wildflower field. That's Burnt Corn Farm on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call P-Police. Let P-Police take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. P-Police is based in Ridgeland. You're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust P-Police to simplify their employee administration. Visit ppolice.com. That's ppolice.com to learn more.
Our flag was still there. The official 250th celebration flag is available at a complete flag source on I-55 North in Jackson. It's just one way you can show your appreciation for the greatest country on earth. Flags for all occasions, international and state flags too. Flagpole construction available. You can check it out at Complete Flags, a complete flag source, I-55 North in Jackson.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle serviced or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Grizz Nation, your Memphis Grizz are back at FedEx Forum for a 2-game homestand, starting with the Portland Trailblazers on Wednesday, March 4th at 7 p.m. See this Western Conference matchup as the Grizzlies celebrate Ford Scholars Night, presented by Mid-South Ford Dealers. Grab your tickets today at grizzlies.com/tickets or at the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi Studios. This is the Clay Edwards.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 WYAB. It's hour 3 of a Monday morning marathon super mega show here. We've teamed up like Hogan and Randy Savage in the 1980s with the mega powers of Andrew Gosser and Clay Edwards here. What are you doing, brother?
Hey, we're doing a lot over here.
All right, this segment brought to you by our friends right there at Shelter Insurance. That's Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance Agent Extraordinaire, located in the Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora, as well as right there next to Fleet Feet in that same shopping center right there in Ridgeland on 51. I think it's 51 in Jackson Street, Old Jackson Street, something like that. I always never remember, and I never check after I never remember. But you got the old Googleator. Pick the one the closest to you, swing by, give them a call today. Let them check your rates, see if you're getting the most bang for your buck out of your current insurance. And man, if you don't have a local agent that you're satisfied with, consider Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance Agency Extraordinaire, and his team to help you today. Let them see if they can save you some money and get you some better coverage, or get you same coverage and save you some money. Either way, the goal is to get you great coverage, make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck, maybe save you some money. And they can do it all with us. Automotive, home, rental insurance, health insurance, life insurance, business insurance. They got you covered. Shelter Insurance, Jamie Creel. Google it. It's just that simple. He's my personal agent. I'm not trying to sell y'all something that I don't use myself. Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance. Save my buddy Marty $50,000 a year on his business insurance. I mean, that is just insane amounts of money. Save my buddy Johnny $700 a month on his home car and his home car, boat, RV, all that stuff. $700 a month on that. What's that? What's 700 times 12? I should know that off the top of my head, but I'm gonna tell you here in about 2 seconds flat. 700 times 12. That's $8,400 a year. You add that up over a few years. How much is now? How much is your retirement making now? Just put that money in the bank, even if it don't draw a penny's interest. You're saving $8,400 a year. That over 10 years is $884,000.
It's
so crazy. That's the kind of money that matters when you retire.
Yep.
Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance. All right, Andrew. Now this is going to be I'm going to ask the question, but that's about as far as my depth of knowledge goes on this.
Okay.
I heard it brought up on some of the different podcasts and shows that I've listened to in the last 48 hours. A lot of people just praising the intel that America was able to gather, and the kind of the folks on ground and the technology that we have, the intel to get all of these leaders in one place at one time to know when to strike is just amazing. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that the Mossad and the CIA are the best. That's the first part about it. And the technology that's in your phone, you were just talking about putting in your Googleator and getting the addresses and all that stuff. You're kidding yourself if you don't think that there are intelligence agencies, not just the Mossad, but it's also the KGB and whatever the Chinese have, and whatever are these other MI6 from Great Britain. They're all having access to that data. They all have the hacks into there, and the intelligence, I'm sure, was being shared between at least Israel and the United States. But this is what really gets me: the complacency of the Iranians to think that they could have their top 40 leaders get together and not be struck. It was Shabbat, Saturday, Jewish holiday. It was in the middle of Ramadan. Normally in the past, things have been kind of cool during Ramadan, and they thought on a Saturday morning they'd be totally good to go. And it's just simply, from what I've read from open source news sources, is that the attack was supposed to not happen for another week. But when we saw the convergence of all these top leaders in a single spot in Iran, it was too good not to pass up. And if you watch the videos of us striking that, you don't see a lot of like the bigger weapons, in my opinion. This is just from my Mark 1 eyeball, but you didn't see like the 5,000-pound bunker busters. You saw smaller diameter bombs, and you saw them penetrating the ground, which is good, but it wasn't the big kaboom. But you did see a lot of secondaries. And
how about the Khomeini before he died, or whoever was speaking on his behalf,
Yep.
saying that we had messed up now, that they had not used their big weapons on us. They were going to use the big ones next. I'm like, hey, never save the knockout punch for later.
Yep.
You better take advantage of whatever big weapons you have when you're being attacked.
What if
FAFO'D.
what if their big weapon is their faith and the suicide brigades that have yet to been enacted yet?
Well, that's very true, and we did bring that up a little bit in the first hour about people needing to stay vigilant and
Yeah.
all these people that snuck into the country. That is my biggest concern with this. But on the flip side, should we live in fear of how do you say this? In not attacking them and letting them continue to grow and potentially get new nuclear powers and whatever could come from that, or do we live with having to deal with the fallout of these sleeper cells? And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid to this, but I would think something like this, given all the chatter and given all their means of listening to everything through their eye of God type weapons and
Yep.
whatnot, surveillance equipment. Yes, I stole a reference from a Fast and the Furious movie. But I mean, how did they go from street racing to CIA agents? But anyway, so basically what this would do, I think, is it kickstarts a lot of that chatter in their sleeper cells, and which allows the CIA or whomever to start locating these sleeper cells and busting them. I'm not saying some can't just walk outside with their suicide vest on and go kaboom.
Yep.
But that's just going to be the cost of doing business, unfortunately. And I know that sounds terrible. I don't know any other way to put it. We go blow them up, then they blow us up here. You could thank the Biden administration if you or anybody you love gets blowed up by these sleeper cells.
I completely agree with that.
Don't blame Trump, blame Biden.
Yep. Here's the other part of that. There's a certain group of Americans who say that they're always oppressed, that they're fighting real terrorism, that they're under real tyranny. And they have absolutely no flipping clue of what the heck they're talking about.
No.
And if you took some of these blue-haired nose ring zombies and dropped them in Tehran just a week ago, they would last about 30 minutes. And they'd be collected up and they'd be brought to their terror cell, and they would be punished and sodomized, and then they'd be gone.
They would like the sodomy.
Well, they might.
They would like
some
the
of them
sodomy.
would.
That's Club Med. That's Club Med for a lot of these people. The Daily Beast ran with the headline yesterday that just shows that the left, just how ignorant they are. Now, keep in mind, this came out on Sunday morning at 7:48. No, I'm sorry, Sunday night at 7:48 p.m. This headline came out. The headline reads, "Shameless MAGA reps use war to beg for cash for ICE Barbie." And what this is referring to is funding DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. But this liberal rag takes the headline and says, "Shameless MAGA reps use war to beg for cash for ICE Barbie." That's what they call Kristi Noem, as ICE Barbie. So they posted this knowing that there had been a confirmed terror attack in Austin, Texas, where 13 people shot, 3 or 4 dead. That was, in fact, a revenge attack for what happened, based on Well, based on the clothes he was wearing, you would have to assume so, right? They completely ignore that, gloss over that, don't mention that at all in this headline that came out a good 12, 13 hours, 14, 20 hours after that attack. Now, the story may have been pre-written with a scheduled post. I'll give them that, but you would think that any journalist worth their weight would have gone back and said, oh, hold on releasing that. Maybe that's in really, really bad taste, given that there's 20 people that have been shot and half dozen, whatever dead,
Well, the thing about it is that,
and it's proof that we need to fund DHS as quick as we can, or you're going to have a whole lot more of this.
we need to open up the Mississippi Center up in northern Mississippi. We need to go ahead and streamline that. But it just goes to show
What
you
is that?
There was
Talking about the ICE detention center?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Roger Wicker threw a hissy fit about that.
Well, that just goes to show you that that there's really one side of a two-sided coin, just
Correct.
washing each other's hands, But to my is that with these terrorist attacks that are happening, we're not being aggressive enough, and I don't think the left is going to really take this seriously until there's something truly mass tragic. Not that Austin wasn't, but it's going to take like a 9/11 event.
What it's going to take, and I've said this for years, and black people get mad at me now, whatever. Black folks have always acted like very detached, very much, this ain't our problem. This is a white problem. This is the supremacy's problem. What it's going to take is an Applebee's during Dollaritas getting blown up. What it's going to take is a hip hop concert in a club full of 99% black folks getting blown up for them to realize this is all of our problems.
Yep.
And the sooner we can come together, because the second that happens, where were the police? Where was Homeland Security? Why weren't we being protected? Well, because y'all keep saying police is racisms. And the people you continue to vote into office and send up there to defend y'all's rights didn't fund DHS. We didn't have the intel to know this was happening because, well, they were all sent home because the DHS wasn't funded. We got to take a break.
Yep.
We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show with Andrew Gosser, who will be live from 10 to noon right here following this show on WYA on 103.9 WYAB.
WYAB.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Get ready, Louisiana! Johnny's Pizza House is turning up the heat with our Sweet the Swamp Pizza. Packed with crawfish, shrimp, a taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos, and a blend of Cajun spices, all smothered in delicious mozzarella cheese. It's the perfect bite of the bayou and the perfect meal for any Cajun crave. Try our Cajun Flint or dive into a Sweet the Swamp Pizza Bowl. A taste of Louisiana flavor is waiting on you. Let's share a slice today at Johnny's Pizza House.
CBS News special report. And Secretary Hegseth says the war in Iran is not endless. And this morning he paid tribute to the Americans who've been killed.
A grateful nation honors the 4 Americans we have lost thus far and those injured. The absolute best of America.
Hegseth said Iran is to blame for the conflict.
The former regime had every chance to make a peaceful and sensible deal. But Tehran was not negotiating. They were buying time to reload their missile stockpiles and restart their nuclear ambitions. Their goal, hold us hostage, threatening to strike our forces.
The defense secretary insisted the U.S. is not seeking to change Iran's regime with the killing of Ayatollah Khamenei. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane.
This operation was highly classified so that at H hour, the enemy would see one thing: speed, surprise, and violence of action.
At Flora Animal Hospital, our team doesn't just take care of your pet's needs. We feel like it starts with the pet parents. If the pet parent is informed thoroughly and understands the situation with the animal and why certain things need to be done or certain medications need to be given, it's easier to get that done. Our website is floraanimalhospital.com. It'll take you straight to the online store where your medicine can be purchased, food can be purchased, prescription or non-prescription, and they will be shipped straight to your front door. floraanimalhospital.com.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Venable Glass is your local glass expert, offering residential, automotive, and commercial glass. Venable Glass can do it all. Windshield repair, replacement of shower doors, mirrors, and everything in between. What sets Venable Glass apart from the rest? Unmatched reliability and customer service. Don't forget, tell your insurance company that you want to use Venable Glass. And remember, you do have a choice. Let Venable Glass work hard to earn your business. Call Venable's Ridgeland or Brandon locations today for a free estimate or visit venableglass.com.
The best investment on earth is earth. This is real estate agent Shane Saxton. As I like to say, the government can print more money, but they can't print more land. In the past 2 years, I've sold over $100 million in real estate. Call me today to get your land and home sold, because Saxton Sales isn't just a slogan. It's backed up by hundreds of satisfied clients just like you.
Find one of Mississippi's top real estate agent, Shane Saxton, on Facebook, or call Shane at 601-540-5040. Hopper Property, 601-724-1435.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in. Show. Guys, get out to Cameron's Garage there at Cypress Point today or anytime this week for a great plate lunch located right there off Holly Bush Road in Rankin County, right over off Highway 25. You can drop it into the old Googleator there. It already knows everything else you're doing. Today's Blue Plate special of the day. Man, they got a couple options for you today. How about regular spaghetti or fried chicken with green beans and mashed potatoes with gravy? We'll tell you about the rest of the week's specials as we get to them. Ain't no point in making your mouth water about something you can't get today. But why would you want anything else other than spaghetti or fried chicken if you're out at Cameron's Garage? Hey, look, real quick, some of the live entertainment coming up this week there at Cameron's Garage and Cypress Point. Over in the tavern, that's a nice little steakhouse tavern there. They got really, really cool bourbon bar. Feels like you're up in a hunting lodge somewhere in Colorado or something, Vail, somewhere like that. Well, I guess that is Colorado. Anyway, coming up Wednesday night, you got Philip Yarbrough and Jason Turner doing a little duo from 6 to 10. Thursday, you got the Lonely Hearts, man. They are great live. If you haven't seen the Lonely Hearts, of course, so are Philip and Jason. Then Friday, you got Ben Chapin, and Saturday, you got Tulane Highway. Those are all unplugged acoustic acts there inside the tavern. Great background music. Then coming up at Cameron's Garage on the live music side this week, Thursday, you got Dueling Pianos with Hunter Gibson and Ronnie McGee. Man, I love dueling pianos, like going up there to Silkio, Memphis back in the day before Democrat death culture completely ruined Bill Street. The dueling pianos there and the big bucket of daiquiris was so much fun. On Bill Street. Friday night, you got the Traveling Jane Band. And then Saturday, man, you saw these guys at the Clay Edwards Show Christmas party a couple years ago. The Stevens brothers are going to be live in concert this Saturday night there at Cameron's Garage. And to the best of my knowledge, no cover charge, but don't get mad if you get there and there is. All right, Andrew Gosser. Let's see here, brother. Where were we at? I think I had something else in my notes here that I might have wanted to hit. You got anything off the top of your head, brother?
Yeah. We just listened to the CBS update and I continue to, this is passion of mine of not just complaining about the mainstream media, but actively pointing it out and trying to explain to people why it's so powerful. It's one of the mountains or the pillars, depending on how you want to look at it. They couldn't get the Secretary of War right. They have to call him the Secretary of Defense. They can't say the Gulf of America. They have to use the old name. And yet we're supposed to trust these people coming over our airwaves, getting plugged into our ears. Direct connection, whether it be through the audio, whether it be through the visual, through your cell phone or your laptop or your tablet. They're all full of crap.
What's funny about that too is, I've been a big supporter of Skydance and Paramount preventing Netflix from buying Warner Brothers, because kind of pick the lesser of your two evils, right? Well, they currently own CBS.
Yep.
and CBS News. And so for all the left wingers out there having a complete meltdown about this, I don't know that maybe I should be the one having the meltdown, not y'all, because they own CBS News, which has been highly compromised. Now, what comes across the radio, sometimes this is contracted out. I've learned since I've been here that like finding these national news feeds who consistently update are very difficult. Others are already spoken for and they can't be on different stations in the same market. So we're kind of left with what we're left with as far as the news goes there. But that may not even be controlled inside CBS. CBS could be contracting that out to somebody else, and they're just using the CBS banner and sending it out. I don't know that. I'm just saying I've learned a lot of weird things about radio since I've got into it. But Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter who went on a tear a few weeks ago about transes and all that stuff, in his post-fight press conference the other day, they cut his mic off when he got talking about Bad Bunny and all this other stuff. That's all Viacom, CBS, Paramount right there doing that stuff. So I don't know that if you're a lefty, I don't know how upset you should be about Skydance buying these things. They own TikTok, and I still can't post a single word. I can't talk about a trans mass shooter on TikTok.
Nope, you can't.
They immediately take my videos down. So I think the left has still got a death grip on just about everything in the media. So I wouldn't be too upset just yet. It's going to take a while for some of these changes to kick in. Now, once this deal goes through, they may flip the switch and take everything full blown, not left wing. Because anything that ain't left wing is far right wing to left wingers.
The Overton window shifted so much. CBS or Skydance, who bought CBS and is about to buy CNN. They could take a page from the Mossad and the CIA and get all those lefties news people in a room. And then I'm not saying drop a bomb on. I'm just saying you're all now fired and you're out of here, and bring in fresh kids. And don't sit there and put a litmus test on those new journalists, but get new people in there to find new things, because the media that we were grown up with, that Gen X specifically, we were taught to trust this. We're realizing now they're so full of hot garbage.
Well, all these kids are coming out of the University of Missouri's journalism department. Like that is like the premier journalism school in America. Maybe it's time to start looking at where we're getting these kids from, these journalists from. If they all see, and I'm sure there's others as well. They don't have an exclusivity on journalism there, but it is like the premier journalism. I think maybe Vanderbilt also. But maybe why don't we start taking a look at and ironically, they're in the SEC. But maybe start taking a look. Well, I still don't consider Mizzou SEC.
No.
We kind of inherited them somehow.
Big 12.
Yeah, but how we ended up with them. But anyway, point being, maybe it's time for some other institutions to start doing journalism. It ain't got to be conservative. It can just be what journalism is supposed to be, just like justice system, blind. And start reporting the news for the news. I don't claim to be a news guy. I don't claim not to be biased. I am a full-blooded MAGA conservative. And you listen to this show for anything else, that's on you for wasting your time and just to anger yourself. I am very clear about my biases, so therefore they're not biases. You've been warned if you listen to this show. When I flip on the 6 o'clock news, I don't need your damn opinion.
No,
I just want the news.
Well, that comes down to people like us going over to the 6 o'clock news people and saying, hey, you need to fix yourself because what you're reporting is hot garbage.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, that was a good line. But, until we get uncomfortable enough to where we start demanding these types of things down the same path, our internet still works. Yep, go ahead.
Let's take a call real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on there. Well, all that to not say something. You got to be ready.
You got to be ready. Yep. But getting back to the media, we're so lazy, but we do have new journalists out there. Look at Nick Shirley and the Layering Center. That is an example.
You see where everybody got mad at him the other day?
Yeah,
all the conservatives are mad at him now because the other guy, the Tyler guy, I think his name is, the guy that came to Jackson, did the hood tour and went and swam on the Epstein Island and stuff, all that stuff. He did a video about the Jews on welfare in New Jersey and got demonetized immediately not on YouTube, but on what's that other app that people use to post pay content?
Rumble?
No.
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah. Patreon demonetized. I think kicked him off Patreon immediately. All because he just exposed the Jews taking advantage of the welfare system, just like he does everybody taking advantage of the welfare system. And that's a line too far. And I haven't been on the side of blame the Jews for anything. That's not my battle. But man, if you want to start getting normies to say, well, hold on a damn minute.
Yep.
What's going on here? That's exactly how you get normies to start turning against the Jews. Let's take a call.
Yep.
Hey, you're on there.
Hey, what's up, guys? Morning.
Morning.
Man, I periodically get text messages from, the political side of things, warning you that the Democrats have done this or the Republicans have done that. But I got a text message about 5 minutes ago that literally said, the U.S. has invaded Iran. Call this number to protect yourself. What in the world is going on with that crap?
I don't know. I would like to call the number just out of curiosity of how exactly does the phone number protect me?
I mean, this is how people get suckered into crap all the time. It's amazing to me. And I'm getting older. I'm only 59, but still, man, the old people fall for this kind of crap.
Well, that's it. That's what it is. It's a phishing scam, I'm sure, to get them to give them access to a bank account or give them some money or make a donation or something.
If you wouldn't,
well, I know for a fact a buddy of mine almost got scammed the other day on the missed jury duty thing. That two of the three people that the Rankin County Sheriff's Department saw about it, two of the people actually paid the money. $3,000 is what he was supposed to get scammed out of.
And what was and I hadn't heard about this scam. What was the premise of it?
Well, called saying that you had missed jury duty and that you were going to be fined, and that the judge had ruled like a $6,000, $2,000 for three different counts.
Like contempt.
And this was Rankin County. They literally made him Zoom call them. They showed him documents, the whole 9 yards, and scared the crap out of him. Enough to the point to where he actually went and withdrew some money. And if he could have paid it with a card, he'd have been scammed for $3,000. Because when he finally went, they said they were going to send him a deputy. And I told him, I said, well, tell him to send the deputy.
Absolutely.
Tell him to come get me.
Yeah.
But he ended up going to the Rankin County Sheriff's Department. He said, you're the third person today that has come to me with that. You're the only one that didn't get scammed on it.
Dang.
So,
brother, look, I'm out of time, man. I appreciate that. Good call.
All right, brother.
All right. Andrew, that's off topic a little bit, but man,
I love that phone number. If he texts it to your line or text it to
brother,
me,
if you're still listening, text that phone number to me on the text line, 769-241-1944, 769-241-1944 is the Ellis Autoplex text line. Would love to have that number. Andrew, we got about 30 seconds left here. My older folks out there listening, or my folks that are a little more naive, and I don't mean that as an insult. Some people just believe everything, and God bless you. Be careful, be vigilant. Don't give anybody any information without running it by somebody else you trust, or even, especially if it's something like that mentions law enforcement, the court system, anything. Notify law enforcement. Of course, they will gladly let you know if you owe them money. I promise. And they're never going to contact you by phone either.
Nope.
Never. The IRS ain't going to contact you by phone. The Department of Revenue is not. Well, that's actually the Department of Revenue has contacted me by phone. But most times they're not going to contact you by phone. And if they have, it's only because they've contacted you plenty other ways first. Notified letters. I've had business cards left at the house.
Yep.
They're gonna contact you plenty of other official ways before they ever try calling you.
That's a fact.
Be vigilant. Let's take our last break of the day. I think Andrew's got to go get ready for his show.
Yep.
Andrew, thank you, brother. Online audience, thank y'all. I'll see you 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. radio. Don't go nowhere. Come back, land the plane with y'all.